Alrighty guys, we're back for some Mardu Blink, and this is a Wilds of Eldraine standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that relatively new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? Nahiri's Resolve is the blink side of this deck. It's a 5-mana enchantment. We do have 3 of them in here. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have haste. Nice. At the beginning of your end step, exile any number of non-token artifacts and or creatures you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of your next upkeep. Pretty cool build around card, guys, which reminds me, this was kind of sort of a suggestion over in the Discord, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. Okay, so what kind of ETB effects do we have packed in for the blinking on Nahiri's Resolve? Redcap Gutter-Dweller. It's a 4-mana 3/3 menace. When it ETBs, you create a couple cute rat tokens. Look at them over there. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Redcap Gutter-Dweller and exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Seems like a pretty solid creature, dude. I think it's going to pair beautifully with Nahiri's Resolve because we're going to be able to go relatively wide with those rats, and then they all gain +1/+0, and they all gain haste too. So that could be that could get absurd really fast. We got more rats though. Lord Skitter's Butcher, 3-mana, 2/3. When it ETBs, you can create a cute little rat token. Just one this time though. You may sacrifice another creature. If you do, scry 2, then draw a card. Okay, that's not bad at all. Or creatures you control gain menace until the end of turn. Holy cow, dude. So there's a lot packed onto this card. I actually really like it. Yeah, I think it's just going to pair beautifully with that Resolve, huh? More ETB creatures. We got Scrapwork Mutt here. This is a 2-mana 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. It has Unearth for 1 and a red. And what's cool about Unearth with Nahiri's Resolve is whenever you do end up bringing this back from the grave with Unearth, you can totally get around that exiling with the Resolve. So you activate Nahiri's Resolve's ability before they exile themselves with Unearth, and then whenever they come back with Resolve next turn, you just got that creature on the board, which is totally fine and dandy. So we do have other Unearth creatures in here for that specific combo, right? So we have 4 Charming Scoundrels. Have you seen this card yet? Okay, I gotta stop making that joke, right? So it's a 2-mana 1/1. It has haste. But at ETBs, you get to choose one. You can discard a card, draw a card. Beautiful. You can create a treasure token. Nice. Or you can create a wicked roll token attached to target creature you control. Just a really solid creature, dude. I think it's going to be excellent in here. But we got some ETB artifacts as well with Candy Trail. This is a 1-mana artifact food clue. Which is a pretty cool type, right? So when it ETBs, you can scry 2. All right. And then you can pay 2, tap this, you gain 3 life, and draw a card. Yeah, not half bad, guys. I think it's going to be super interesting to try out in this build. Worst comes to worst, if you're keeping this on the board and you're not activating that bottom ability, then blinking it with Nahiri's Resolve, getting a scry 2 is just like not bad at all, dude. And then for 2, tapping it, like that life gain really comes in handy against aggro, and you're drawing 2, so you're replacing the card. I don't know, man. All right, enough trying to justify Candy Trail, right? I like it. I like the design of this card. It's super simple, huh? Rocking a Celestus here. A little bit of ramp doesn't hurt anything, but also just like Celestus is solid overall. And since we're kind of sort of doing a small Reanimator theme in here, discarding cards off of Celestus is good. The life gain's good. Dude, I love Celestus. So good. Campus renovation. Yeah, let's talk about that Reanimator side of things for a second. So got one of these. It's a 5-mana sorcery, rocking Boros colors up there. You can return up to 1 target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. So yeah, hopefully we're keeping nice and stocked up off of cards that exile, like Campus Renovation or Redcap Gutter-Dweller, or just cards that help us draw, like Lord Skitter's Butcher too. Hopefully we're just keeping nice and stocked up overall. So Campus Renovation can do things like reanimate a Resolve potentially, right? You never know if it's going to end up getting destroyed or if you end up having to send it early on to try to find removal, which, speaking of which, before we go over the Invasion of Tolvada, we should talk about the removal of the list, which is Virtue of Persistence. I'll drop it over here at the 2 mana spot because we got that adventure side sorcery speed -3/-3 on target creature until end of turn, and you gain 2 life. Yeah, so this is the removal we're opting for because it also has that enchantment side. The Virtue of Persistence is a 7 mana enchantment, and at the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's going to be super excellent in here, I hope, right? So if you don't have all 4 Virtue of Persistence, you could totally go up some other choice spot removal, like Go for the Throat or something like that, right? Well, your choice spot removal is totally fine. Just remember that having that enchantment is going to be important in here, right? Especially if you end up sending a Virtue of Persistence early on to one of our discard cards, right? And then like reanimating it with Campus Renovation. But you can also reanimate it with Invasion of Tolvada. Okay, so this is a 5 mana Battle Siege rocking 5 defense counters. When it ETBs, return target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Beautiful. If you ever remove all those defense counters, then this can come out as the Broken Sky. Creature tokens you control get +1/+0 and have lifelink, which is going to be excellent in here with all those extra rat tokens and everything. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Yep, I think Invasion of Tolvada is going to be excellent in here, dude. Now on to the top end, we have a couple Terror Ballistas. This is a 7 mana 5/3 with Menace. It has Unearth for 3 and double black though. So whenever Terror Ballista attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target creature and opponent controls. Yeah, and a build like this where we're generating a bunch of rats and everything, I think this isn't going to be half bad, huh? So obviously the goal is to discard this early on, unearth it for 5 while we have the Nahiri's Resolve out there as well. You know, get that ability and everything, and then exile it with Nahiri's Resolve, and then just get a free Terror Ballista, right? And then whenever the cards come back, the fact that they all get haste too, dude, there's going to be absolutely nasty board states with a deck like this. More cards on the top end, couple Cityscape Levelers acting as more ways to remove things, but the ETB on this is only if you cast the spell or when it's attacking as well. So whenever you cast this spell, so you can't just like reanimate this with Invasion of Tolvada and destroy something, unfortunately, but or like you can't use the blink on the Nahiri's Resolve. But either way, I still think it's going to be absolutely excellent in here. And plus it has that Unearth for 8 too. So yeah, I think the 2 of is going to be worth it. Got Portal to Phyrexia here as well. It's a 9 mana artifact. When it ETBs, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. You could totally blink Portal to Phyrexia with Nahiri's Resolve. That works, man. If you need to keep having your opponent sacrifice creatures, right? So at the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's a Phyrexian in addition to its other type, so it's essentially like the Virtue of Persistence as well. Okay, guys, the mana base. We have all the utility land from Seat of the Empire, Abandoned Mire, Crucible of Defiance. We have 2 Restless Fortress. We have 2 Restless Bivouacs, because I actually don't think a deck like this minds playing out lands tapped by any means. And the Restless creatures, or the Restless lands that turn into creatures, will probably come in handy often, I would think. Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I wanted to try 2 of each in this build in particular. Also, a couple Mirrex as well, just for mana fixing, but also generating Phyrexian Mites could be really good. There's a lot of moments where we got to sacrifice extra creatures and everything. You never know if we're going to be buffing those token creatures with like the flip side of Invasion of Tolvada, and of course Resolve buffing them as well. So yeah, a couple Mirrex this time. The rest of the mana base I thought about for a little bit. Hopefully I landed on something good. Really, they're all the slow land and then just a couple Sulfurous Springs as well, because I do think it's going to be greedy every now and then. But also, we won't always have to do damage to ourselves because there's a bunch of colorless artifacts in here. So only one lonely honorable mention, of course, Atali, Primal Conqueror. What is it doing, or what is it sitting over here for, right? This is a blink deck. We gotta squeeze this in somehow. And yeah, realistically, maybe we should squeeze the Atali in somewhere, but just not this time round. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. We play with a lot of Atali, so what would I drop to go up the Atali? Probably like 1 Cityscape Leveler. We'd have a lot of 1-ofs on the top end then, but I don't know. It depends. It depends. You know, honorable mentions for a reason, right? Okay, guys, is that everything? My goodness, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. All right, guys. The waiting for server is taking an extra second today for some reason. So what am I expecting from the build? Hmm. Probably jank, but at the same time, like when we're going over that list, we're like, holy cow, dude, there's just like so much synergy in a deck like this. Oh, there we go. We found the opponent. But like, I've been saying this a lot, but probably somewhere in the middle. I don't know. You can't expect too much when the meta is just looking so dang scary, dude. Everything looks so powerful all the time. Okay, no white source. I think we try this though. We have the treasure on Scoundrel when it comes time. We have filtering with Mutt, or we could filter with Scoundrel too if we need to. Uh-oh, mono red. Oh, there's the white. Okay. Well, we start with that. Since we don't have any one drop. Ooh, double Phoenix Chick and Monstrous Rage. Going for it. Okay, down to 14 already. Oh, nice. Virtue of Persistence. We probably just abandon Mire so we don't take Painland damage, right? This is Sorcery Speed. And over ramping, I think this is pretty important, I would say. Gaining 2 life, taking care of the Phoenix Chick that's going to be dealing a chunk of damage every turn. Yeah, totally worth it, man. Okay, Phoenix Chick number 3. That's scary business, guys. Haunted Ridge. Okay, so I guess ramp on Scoundrel is better than just filtering with Mutt. That way we can actually get a 5 drop down next turn. It's a chump blocker on the ground, which we're actually going to keep as a chump blocker here. And yeah, we don't want to use that treasure this turn for the Mutt. We want to actually be able to play one of these 5 drops next turn. Unfortunately, nothing to reanimate with the Invasion of Tolvada. Oh no, and the festivities. The chump blocker is out of here. Luckily, they can't bring back that other Phoenix Chick. Down to 9, and we are in trouble, dude. We could reanimate the Scoundrel with the Invasion. It could potentially block the Swift Spear, but it also could just get burnt away as well. Nahiri's Resolve has nothing to blink anyways for the turn. I guess it's Invasion of Tolvada? Yeah. We're going a little bit slow right now, especially to go up against mono red. We could discard. We could see what we find. We will have 5 next turn. Okay. Could unearth the Mutt, but I think we have enough land. I'm going to ditch the Springs since we can't realistically take too much more damage. Yeah, filtering out some land seems pretty good. Okay. Keep the chump blocker, unfortunately. There's a chance that it doesn't just get burnt away and we can successfully block the Swift Spear, taking a little bit less damage here. Would be good. Here comes Phoenix Chick in the air. Oh no, the triple Phoenix Chick, man. Brutal stuff. Let's get that chump, unfortunately, because this could be like Lightning Strike. It is a Lightning Strike. Oh no, so we had to block there. Other words, we would have died. Oh no, guys. Yeah, we went way too slow, huh? A second Virtue of Persistence would have been really good, but... Okay. Well, at this rate, I guess there's a chance that we could find a Virtue of Persistence. So we'll discard the land, see what we see. Scrapwork Mutt could also... I guess at that point we ditch the Resolve, right? That way we can actually... Oh no, we already played a land. Well, GG opponent. I mean, mono red's obviously gonna go too fast. I did drop them that GG in return, right? Or did I? I have no idea. Sometimes I'm just like... Sometimes I hover over it and I forget to click the button too, so... Was there a chance to get through? Not with the triple Phoenix Chick, I would say. I don't actually think that was anybody's game. Not with that hand, at least. Well, obviously, right? Like, we got pretty wrecked there early on. But, I mean... If they saw like one less Phoenix Chick and we saw one more piece removal, maybe, I don't know. Yee, opponent goes first. This is a pretty slow hand, dude. I think this is a mulligan. We'll keep it. Why not, man? Hey, we're here to test out the limits of the build, so... It's also, like, it's not too bad. There's a, like, we're on the draw. We could see an untapped source, first of all. If not, at the very least... Okay, Shattered Sanctum isn't terrible. At least we have a turn 2 Candy Trail, right? Scry 2. Help us see a little bit more of what we need to see. Scrapwork Mutt. Okay. Okay. Actually, this might end up working out quite nicely, guys. Restless Fortress. I feel like I should keep that on top. I am going to keep that on top, actually. I feel like I should be afraid of what the opponent's playing over there. Orzhov colors. Wedding announcement. Okay. So, Restless Fortress and get our 2-drop down. And it's going to be Mutt over Scoundrel, because we don't need to ramp. And we're going to ditch the Terror Ballista. Nice. Redcap Gutter-Dweller is huge, man. That is excellent. You see what I mean with that first game? With all those Phoenix Chick, I just don't know if there was any way through, actually, man. Because we only have blockers on the ground, so that's definitely something to consider. Oh, I'll take that trade. Yeah, why not? Could be like, okay, it could be like Wandering Emperor plus, and then they give their creature first strike 2/2. Either way, totally fine, man. Graveyard Trespasser, no! This deck's worst nightmare, man. Okay. Trespasser gonna start gobbling up our grave. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them to pass because Wandering Emperor exists, but... Virtue of Persistence, we could ditch the Sulfurous Springs, take out the Trespasser before they gobble the Mutt. I don't know how I feel about ditching the land to take out a Trespasser, but, like, it's gonna be a persistent problem card, right? I would say. I would say it's gonna be... Okay, resolve, and then we discard a card. I'm just gonna ditch the land. I'm not convinced we need it right now. And we'll get a little bit of ramp off of Scoundrel. Or we could go Wicked Roll. You know what? I am gonna go Wicked Roll. Get a swing in. Before they buff their board state with the wedding announcement. Nice. Okay, even though we're not trying to do the aggressive thing, just don't feel like we needed the treasure right now either, so... Sheoldred. Oh dear. Oh dear. Wedding announcement buffs everything. Alright, let's see. Invasion of Tolvada. It's too bad they took out our Terror Ballista, huh? Down to 18. Yeah, Invasion isn't bad once it comes time for the land. Always go Scoundrel number 2. I think it's just Redcap, right? Redcap comes down, helps us go a little bit wide. Not too bad so far, I would say. The exile on the Terror Ballista was heartbreaking, but... Go for the throat. Yeah, this would have been a great way to take care of Sheoldred. At this point, we're going to need to see something else. Charming Scoundrel. I wonder if now we go Candy Trail and get a draw. We gain 3, lose 2 from Sheoldred. Scoundrel can help us filter, but I think we draw. So we're actually going up to 17 here. The land isn't bad, because now we have the 5 land for the invasion when it comes time. Maybe we should start thinking about getting to the 7 land for the virtue too. Alright, Scoundrel, and we're gonna ditch the Scoundrel and see what we see. I feel like we need to see a little bit more. Invasion of Tolvada. Okay, right. So we need to see more of our top end at this point, but also Invasion hitting a Scoundrel isn't terrible. Oh, Redcap's in the grave. That won't be bad. Dude. Aya Intangible Slayer hits this board state. We are in trouble, man. Okay, Restless Fortress. Okay. So we'll go Invasion of Tolvada. Grab the Redcap, right? And I think I will play the Restless Fortress as a land. I just hope we don't, like, see a Liliana or something next turn. A full swing at the Kaya would just lose most of our cards except for a rat. So, alright, no attacks. And they have, like, this, they have this -3 ability on the Kaya too, so we're just, like, in some serious danger. Goodbye, Redcap. Oh, and they get to get the rats from the Redcap too, so maybe I shouldn't have done that, guys. That's a little bit silly. Virtue. Oh, wow. And they still have 5 mana to play Virtue. Bro, what is this scary stuff, man? They don't even go for the swing. I guess, I mean, because our rats aren't doing much, you know? Lord Skitter's Butcher isn't bad. Because giving menace to everything isn't terrible. Aw, man, that poor Terror Ballista. This would have been so clean to take out that Sheoldred. Although we can't pretend we got unlucky. There are plenty of cards in Standard that exile stuff out of the grave. So we could also go Restless Fortress. Okay, so we go like Menace, I guess. Like, we're super dead, guys. We are super, super dead. Oh! I should have cast the Mutt first, guys. I don't really want to get rid of the Invasion of Tolvada, but either way, we're, like, super dead. So just Menace on everything. Try to take out the Kaya. Math is for blockers, and then it's like, we're taking 2 from the Sheoldred and 3 in the air from the Redcap. Actually, probably 4 in the air, because they're probably going to sacrifice one of their rats on their turn. And then all their creatures, like, untap at the end and continue to get buffed from the Virtue of Loyalty, too, so... but yeah, we should have brought the Scrapwork Mutt back and then given everything Menace. Are creatures you control gain Menace until end of turn? I'm pretty sure that the Mutt would have already had to have been on the board to gain that Menace, yes. Even though it's worded as all creatures you control. Now I'm second guessing that. Could we have still cast the Mutt? Also, it's you may discard a card, so we still could have kept the Invasion. And at that rate, we also could have found a 1-drop too. They do go for some of the double blocks here. Oh wow, the Kaya, if I would have brought back the Mutt, had a potential to die there. Oh, and they have the +2 on this to have us lose 3 and everything too. So yeah, we're just like super dead, huh? Worth the full swing to see what happened. They exiled a Wandering Emperor. Look at how scary Orzhov looks, dude. Oh my goodness, man. Hey, good game opponent. Wow. Once the Kaya comes down, though, like 7 mana Planeswalker, like what are we realistically supposed to do after that Kaya hits the table? Outside of actually putting pressure on, which we didn't have a whole lot of pressure there for most of the game. If we saw more mana, no, I think we're just getting wrecked, man. I don't think there is a realistic way through there either. All right, but I do believe in the deck. Other words, I wouldn't make a video on it, right? I still believe that the deck can actually do a thing. So let's see it, huh? I know one thing, like the Virtue of Persistence wasn't enough there. Wasn't enough removal. And then banking on the Terror Ballista, just having that get gobbled up, like that would have been solid removal. Being able to sacrifice those extra rats regenerated and everything, that could have gone a really long way, but yeah. Oh, buddy. Opponent goes first. This is a mulligan, huh? There we go. Oh, nice. Okay. What do I send here? So we keep 6. I'm really afraid to send a land back. I guess it's Portal? But I want my top end, dude. I'm risking it. We have a ton of more land to draw, though. And ramp on Scoundrel if we want. And a draw on Candy Trail, too. Oh no, guys. Oh no. I'm sweating over here, man. I'm sweating. Scrapwork Mutt, okay. We start with the Candy Trail then, probably. Try to scry a land on top. Make sure we get our third when it comes time. Mirrex. Probably... Yeah, I wanted an untapped land on top, so there it is. I'm going to ditch the Haunted Ridge, though, because I don't think 2 land in a row is going to be terrific against mono red. And Scoundrel, at best, is just going to be a chump blocker, probably. Oh, it's not mono red. This is probably Is It Prowess, then? Oh, my goodness. Battle Mage Captain hits the board. Okay, Mirrex into... Actually... That was pretty risky, huh? If I didn't see a land that was an untapped source off the Candy Trail, that was a pretty risky turn, indeed. I probably should have just slowed down that turn. So we have the third. Alright. I'm gonna ditch the portal to the grave, and we're gonna go for Reanimation. Nahiri's Resolve isn't terrible. Lord Skitter's Butcher is probably... Okay, Swift Spear, they have 2 open. Do we chump? Yes. Yes, we end up chumping, because they still have 2 open. It could be Lightning Strike to face, Battle Mage buffs the board, and the Prowess goes through. It is going to be a Lightning Strike to face. Down to 15, taking another 5, down to 10. Oh! They gain Trample, too, off of this. They gain Trample, guys. That's not good. So that chump only spared us 1 life. Oh no. Oh no, we're getting run over. Sacrifice. See, I could have saved that blocker back and went for the draw there too. So I guess we just go for the rat. Oh dear, guys. Oh dear. 4th mana for them. Could be another Lightning Strike to face. Could just be, it's probably game. Let's see it. I mean, Is It Prowess? Oh, wow. Stoke the flames for all 4. GG opponent. Oh, no, guys. Going backwards here in Platinum today. We are 27 minutes in. Oh, we totally have time for a couple more games. I believe in the build. I know it could totally do something. We got crazy synergies in here, man. Come on, guys. Come on. That was definitely worth the mulligan. Yeah, the waiting for server today. Servers are just a little bit slower for some reason. Anyways, could there be a better order to things? Do we just need, like, more removal early on? Maybe. But even then... If we're up against another mid-range build like that Orzhov build, how much like extra removal could have actually helped there? We just needed to actually do more of our combos faster there, right? Couple Virtue of Persistence this time. Opponent goes first. Well, that's scary. All right, we give it a shot, man. We give it a shot. Restless Cottage, okay. Start with the Haunted Ridge. Make sure we have Virtue of Persistence available when we need it right away, right? Oh, I forgot to change the cosmetics for this build, guys. I apologize. Well, the cosmetics are still pretty cool that we have here. Okay, Mutt, send the Cityscape Leveler. Opponent, stay out of my graveyard, opponent. Leave my graveyard alone. Oh, I feel like there's gonna be another graveyard trespasser. I'm scared, man. Okay, we ditched a leveler, found a leveler. That's honestly not that bad. Guys, how much land do I have packed in here? Should be 25. I hope I put 25. I'm second guessing. Tear asunder. Okay, yep, hits artifacts, exiles them. Hopefully that's only like a 1 or 2 of. Hopefully they didn't go crazy with their Tear Asunders. Oh, Graveyard Trespasser, no! No, my leveler! Oh my goodness, it's not like we had a way to reanimate it yet anyways, but still, this is a pain in the butt. We'll go for Virtue of Persistence right out the gate. Hey, Campus Renovation. Yeah, just get rid of this as soon as possible and ditch the Leveler again. It's a shame, but what do you guys think? Is Leveler even the discard here when there could be a risk of Trespasser number 2? I'm not really sure. I'm not really 100% certain because it could be Mutt, right? But then we can't play the Leveler out of our hand anyways, especially if we don't see mana in the next couple turns. We're going to need that Mutt to filter out and try to find more mana. Sheoldred comes down, okay. Mirrex, beautiful. We like to see that land. So how do we want to do this? Definitely drop our 4th, right? We got to... We have a lot to consider here. Is that Virtue of Persistence going to come in handy, for example? I'd love to sacrifice the Mutt to the Butcher's ability next turn, too. I'm going to ditch the Virtue of Persistence and get greedy with it, man. Try that Lord Skitter's... Okay, another Mutt. I am going to end up playing this and not filtering. Decline. All right. So far, just a scary looking Golgari build. We should be fine, right, guys? Right? I'm sure they won't take anything else out of this grave. Now, Campus Renovation hits artifacts or enchantments, so even if they take one of them, nice, they found their own Virtue. Even if they take one of these, we'll have the other one to reanimate, and we could get greedy, reanimate Virtue, but then, oh, and cut down for the other one. Going for the swing. Okay. That means Lord Skitter's Butcher. Oh, hey, Sundown. Sundown Pass, guys. Beautiful. We needed that land off the top. So Campus Renovation, do we hit Virtue? Or do we hit Cityscape Leveler? We get to see 2 off the top. They have Virtue there. They have 2 more cards. Leveler doesn't even block Sheoldred well. I mean, it could. Still get a swing in. Virtue, it's not like it gives it haste anyways. So we're gonna go Leveler for the sake of chump blocking the Sheoldred. Yes, Redcap Gutter-Dweller. Okay, more creatures the merrier, dude. That's what we need to see. We got land over there too. Come on, guys, I believe in us. See, they probably don't want to swing into this, I would say. Well, maybe they would, because if we swing and just get rid of their Sheoldred, that's a lot worse for them, probably. Tenacious Underdog. Is it not going to be a Terrace Under? Okay, doubling down on Tenacious Underdog. Do they swing with the Sheoldred? They do not accept that trade. Okay, we take the draw, going down to 9. Restless Bivouac, okay. So we're gonna go with this. That way we get extra value off of that renovation, right? And probably the Redcap, which blocks for now, and then we have a Mutt from the grave if we want to do that instead. Can at least trade out this Bivouac, right? 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's get rid of the land and see what we see. Because we could also... Ow! My face! I forgot about that. Sheoldred's scary business, dude. So we could also draw off of the Butcher, but we got to take care of this Sheoldred first. This is extra damage, but we probably shouldn't have done the Mutt, because now we're probably in danger. They do end up blocking with 1. Okay. They could always blitz it back next turn. Gonna take the 10. Now we could draw off the Lord Skitter, ditch the Scrapwork Mutt, but I think just playing the Redcap Gutter-Dweller here is a little bit better. Right? I think so. And then hopefully they don't just spot remove it and swing for 6. It could be. It could be another Virtue of Persistence. Easily take care of it. Go for the throat, swinging for 6. Our rats can't block. We are in danger, dude. Down to 1. It could easily... Oh no, another land off the top. we'd still be in danger even if I didn't take that extra 2 from the Mutt, man. So let's start with a swing, take care of an underdog. They'll have to blitz it back. If we swing, we won't have a blocker, but we will after a second. I'd rather try to draw some extra removal too, so yeah, what the heck, man. I think we're probably dead here, unfortunately, so we're just going for that swing. It's big damage too, huh? 10 damage going to their face. Down to 7. And at this point now we start with, let's see, if we tap like that, we won't have a black source open. Go you, and the Mirrex. All right. Lord Skitter's Butcher. Sacrifice another creature. And I guess anything. Did I play my land this turn, guys? I forget. Because if we can go Haunted Ridge, then we can play the Redcap. If not, I forget if I played a land. I think I might have. But ditching that to the bottom, I guess we'll see, huh? I didn't. Okay. Redcap Gutter-Dweller. So we have 2 blockers now for the 2 tenacious underdogs. So if they blitz that back, they won't have enough mana to remove one of these. Well, they found a 5th mana, so a cut down could hit the Butcher, then the blitz, and then the full swing. Having that last card be a cut down would be pretty lucky for them though, right? I would think so. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. These were brutal uphill battles. But we kind of got to see the deck do a thing this game, luckily. Beseech the Mire, huh? Ditch one of the Power Stones? What are they looking for? Sheoldred! Oh no, Sheoldred ends the game! Oh no, I'm so sad, dude. Beseech the Mire. Being awesome here. Oh, Trespasser ends the game too. Nice opponent. Either one, because they could have passed it. But Trespasser ends it on their turn, where if we end up getting a draw with Sheoldred, if we found something that like gained us life or something, hey, GG opponent. If I wouldn't have taken the extra 2 damage from the Mutt, we might actually still be in there, right? So kind of my fault, I would say. Anyone's game that time though, which is good news, guys. 37 minutes in, I believe in the build, regardless of how wrecked we're getting right now. I totally think we can get there. Let's go one more. If it ends up becoming too long of a game and it's leaning towards the opponent, we'll just give it to the opponent. It's no big deal. All right, here we go. I'm scared, dude. I'm scared. All right. What you bringing to the table? Opponent goes first. Oh, boy. All right. Decent hand, right? We're keeping this. At least we have Nahiri's Resolve this time. Ascendant Pack Leader. Okay. Get our tap lands down. Restless Fortress would have been decent last game. I don't know how often we would have been able to actually swing in with it, but I don't want to take that extra damage from the red, so we're going to go Mutt for the turn and ditch the portal. Another Resolve. Okay. All right. It looks like we might actually be able to play a Resolve. Yeah, we trade there instantly, so yeah, no swing from the opponent. We can go Bivouac. Kind of what I think when I was going over the deck, I brought that up about how we don't really care about playing lands out tapped on specific turns, and this is a perfect example. Our turn 3 is a perfect example of that. Although we could have went Haunted Ridge to not take the damage there. We're going to go Ramp and do our dandiest to actually keep these creatures on the board. So that way, next turn, turn 4, Resolve and start exiling, and hopefully we're not taking too much damage at that point. Double block into Kodama, yeah, that's... I completely understand holding that back, opponent. Invasion, dude, Invasion of Tolvada. Holy cow, what a draw. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Let's just pretend, no, opponent, come back, buddy. Oh no. Well, we did a thing that game. I'm counting it, bro. We did the thing. All right, Invasion of Tolvada was such a good draw. Hits any non-battle permanent, bring back the portal, make them sacrifice their 3 creatures. If we didn't see Invasion of Tolvada, it was going to be Nahiri's Resolve, and then ditch both of the Scoundrel and the Mutt, and then start filtering through the lands next turn when they come back, right? So, oh, buddy, wow. Yeah, that was a beautiful draw. I'm really, really sad that the opponent conceded, but I completely understand. A turn 4 Portal to Phyrexia is disgusting, so... Well, on that note, we might as well go one more, huh? Same concept if it ends up going too long. We'll just give it to the opponent. It's fine. It's fine. If it's leaning towards them, right? If we have a chance, then we'll push it overtime. Yeah. Yeah. Some of these hands. Opponent goes first. Okay. Let's do it. No. We actually don't even have a turn 2 here, so I'm gonna mulligan. We're gonna try to have the best final game possible. Okay, much better. Do we, since the opponent's going first, do we keep both of the removals, or... I think we might ditch the Invasion of Tolvada, unfortunately. It's quite some turns away before we're able to play that, and keeping double spot removal is probably better. See, there's going to be so many turns on turn 1 where we can't play anything, so the extra tap land doesn't... Wow. Well, Candy Trail we would have been able to do, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. Golgari again? Oh no. Oh no, what if it's the same build? That'd be scary. If it's a Terra Sunder, bro. Actually, it might be the same opponent. I wasn't even looking at names. No, it's cut down. Okay. Still might be the same build, though, huh? Let's do the... If it's the same build, Virtue of Persistence. Probably good to keep in hand. So just ditch the Candy Trail, right? See what we see. Looking for land. Nice. Beautiful. Guys, very nice. It's nice when it lines up like that. Okay, it's not... It's nothing to fear, guys. It's nothing to fear. Restless Fortress. Glissa is out of the equation. I was gonna say, like, Trespasser, grab Mutt, like, it still might be the same build, and we just didn't see that the other build had the Glissa, but either way, yeah, Golgari, good stuff. It looks super scary, dude. And we still gotta play around a Terra Sunder at some point. Well, not play around it, but we have to anticipate it, so... We don't have double red for the red cap. So I think we take a very slow turn here. Get the Scoundrel down. And get the double red for red cap next turn. And we do the removal so we can swing with the Scoundrel for the extra ping to the face. Yeah, we do the removal first, I mean. Shieldred! Hi! My old friend. Okay. Draw. Scoundrel, not terrible. Restless Fortress we have available if we get rid of the treasure. I think it's just going to be Redcap Gutter-Dweller for the turn. Prepare to see more off the top, and then hopefully deal with that Shieldred ASAP. Okay, guys, we might have a great chance here to get revenge against Golgari. Good stuff, man, so... We need to definitely rip some fire, though. Go for the throat for the red cap. Okay, they can successfully swing here, and we'd probably end up chumping. Mosswood Dread Knight. Yep, up to 21. I think this is a swing. We're gonna chump for the turn. No, we're not. We're gonna take the 4. In a couple turns, if we see... Well, if we see mana, that would be good. Okay. So, down to 16. We could power up the Restless Fortress. Gain a little bit of life here. We could draw with the Butcher, but we'll lose some life there too. What the Scry, man? What the Scry, though? We gotta try it, right? Oh! I'm getting too hasty with my cards, guys. I should have swung first. My bad. My bad. As long as it doesn't come down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6. We don't have Virtue of Persistence level yet. Oh. We're gonna draw the Sundown Pass and prepare, and then go Treasure on the Scoundrel. So we have 7 for Virtue of Persistence next turn. Right? But yeah. I guess if we would have went Scoundrel first, Treasure, then we wouldn't have had whatever we saw off the top with Lord Skitter's Butcher available too, so I guess it really depends on the ordering there. Either way, Virtue of Persistence has to come down this turn, I would say. Going down to 10's probably not worth it. But blocking with the... Uh-oh. They found removal for our chump blocker anyways. So going down to 10, taking another 2. Cut down for a Scoundrel as well. And then Dread Knight has Trample. Scoundrel isn't bad. But we're probably going to die here. Virtue of Persistence is a little bit too slow. If we block here, Trample from the Mosswood, we can't block there. They have Mishra's Foundry to power up. Are we dead? I think we're dead. Is there a great way around this? We go Restless Fortress, swing. We go back up to 10. We could trade out with Scrapwork Mutt. Is there anything we could find against that Shieldred? Is there anything we could find? If we just go... If we go chump blockers, we might have a chance. We'll have 1, 2 available. Charming Scoundrel comes back down. Right? So we go swing, back up to 10. I wanted to think that through to my best ability for sure. And then we go chump block with Charming Scoundrel. We go Treasure to make sure we have the 7, right? Wait, why does it look like... Oh, because of my land up there. Okay. Treasure to make sure we have the 7. Plus there's nothing to trade out, and it's not like we need the Wicked, so... A little bit of life gain and a chump blocker instead of getting greedy with Virtue. I think if we played Virtue of Persistence, we would have died that turn, because they have Foundry to power up too, so... If they power up Foundry, we might even double block it. Outside of that, we want to chump the Shieldred. Chump and take the 3. And I don't know what that last card in their hand could be, but whatever it is, they decided not to power up Foundry for the turn. Going down to 2, or going down 2 here, down to 5. Campus, Renovation. What do I have in the grave, guys? Nothing terrific, huh? As far as artifacts go, it would just be... Crap. It would be Scrapwork Mutt, right? Artifact or enchantment. Virtue of Persistence isn't in the grave. We could gain 2. That's not it. That's not the path forward. We have to go Scrapwork Mutt. Ditch the campus renovation. If we had the Portal to Phyrexia in the grave, then that would be a different ball game. But like campus renovation, bring the Candy Trail back and then pay 2, maybe gain life that way. But I don't know. I don't know about that. No, we needed to find something just a little bit better there. Off the Mutt. I don't exactly know what that would have been, but we're still going back up to 5. We still have the blocker with Shieldred, but then we still end up dying here regardless, so... Oh, they ended up maybe holding removal open, or... Oh, I'm lagging. I don't know what that was about, but... A GG opponent. Really tough uphill battles. Oh, keeping the Foundry open for a blocker, too. That makes sense. But, I mean, they didn't necessarily need the blockers, though. They could block the 1/1 successfully. They could block the 1/4 as well, but getting rid of the rat would be better. And we'll let the opponent swing on in, dude. Getting these Virtue of Persistences down just would have been way too slow for this game. So they can power up Foundry, full swing, we take 5 regardless. And then we take another 2 from the Shieldred's ability too, so... Whoop, buddy. What could we have wanted to see there? Oh, they found removal for the Scoundrel too? Wow, go for the throat. Oh, buddy. I already dropped the GGs, right? I believe so. It's like I said, I always forget. Like, I hover over it, and I do my dandiest to always drop them the GGs, but... Alright, let's go talk about the build, man. We've been talking about it, obviously, throughout the whole video, but final thoughts are pretty important, I'd say. Mardu Blink. By the way, thank you again for the suggestion. The deck list over in the Discord was a very different deck list than what I have here. It was actually for the previous standard. And that deck list over in the Discord, by the way, looked epic. It looked grand. This was just my take on it. But yeah, thank you again for the suggestion. I still had a lot of fun today, regardless of how poorly we seemed to draw, but I don't want to blame it on luck by any means. Because if we were blaming it on luck, then, I mean, we have so many ways to filter, right? Filter with Celestus, filter with Scrapwork, filter with Scoundrel. I don't consider the Candy Trail filter, but you kind of could, right? We have draw on Lord Skitter's Butcher. We have the Exile-style draw with Redcap and the Campus Renovation. So, as for the removal, the Virtue of Persistence, the Terra Ballista, just was not enough removal for what Standard is bringing, right? Especially when Shieldred hit the table. For some reason, our deck was just not well enough equipped to handle that. And hopefully, in a mid-range deck like this, what you're trying to do is just completely outvalue whatever Shieldred's trying to do anyways, but it's just not enough sometimes. It's just too much of a value card that ends too many games, and so you need more removal than what we had in here today. So that's why final thoughts are so important, right? I would drop 1 Invasion of Tolvada, as good as it is. Actually, keep the Invasion of Tolvada. Never mind. Drop that Campus Renovation. I don't know if that's necessary. It's good, and I like how we're able to... Well, I like seeing the 2, but I don't know... Yeah, I just don't know how necessary this card is, right? Outside of just, like, going up a Go for the Throat, and that being said, go down a Candy Trail as well. So I would end up dropping down to 1 Candy Trail. I still like this card. I like it as a 1-of. I would totally keep it as a 1-of. Drop the Campus Renovation down to 0. That gives you 2 slots. Go up to Go for the Throats, man. I don't think you're going to complain about that at all. As a matter of fact, whenever I put this up on Aether Hub, for the sake of consistency, I am going to add the 2 Go for the Throats. But speaking of Aether Hub, when I put it up over there, definitely going to have to label this build as jank, unfortunately. Even though, yeah, mid-range jank, right? So, Portal to Phyrexia, do we want 2 of them? Probably. Probably. It seemed pretty important, but if you go 2 of these, how often are you going to actually be able to cast it out? Not too often. You're going to be relying heavily on reanimating this, because as you saw, we really struggled with mana sometimes. And even once we got to like 6 mana, like that seemed to be like the peak. And outside of that, we were just doing our best to ramp with Scoundrel and the Celestus, which we didn't actually get to see today, unfortunately. Hey, that's why we lost so much, guys. We didn't see our 1-of Celestus, right? No, this card is such an MVP every time I play with it, dude. So, honestly, maybe we could have 2 of these and have some success with it. Also didn't get to see the main point of the deck too often today, which is Nahiri's Resolve, but I really don't want 4 of these in here. It is a 5-mana enchantment. And that's like another reason to have like Campus Renovation. Like it brings back Portal well, it brings back the Nahiri's Resolve if you have to ditch it early to find early removal and stuff too. So it's too bad we didn't get to see Terra Ballista do anything too, but that's kind of the downfall of combo decks. Sometimes it really, really does a thing, and other times you can go on this long streak and just not see anything that the build is supposed to be doing, which is kind of what it felt like today. But again, I don't want to blame it on luck. I really don't. I think it is a little bit how the deck list is put together here, just not really being able to compete with the standard meta that just looks brutal, man. I think any deck that we brought up against those opponents today, dude, any of them, I think we would have really struggled. So Yeah, the opponents were packing a punch today, so. What else would I change, guys? Let me know in the comments. What would you add or take out? I could see only a one of Cityscape Leveler. So drop a Candy Trail, drop a Campus Renovation, maybe drop down to one Cityscape Leveler, go up a second portal to Go for the Throats, and that might increase the consistency. As for the mana base, though, whenever I do, if we're dropping those, we might have to rethink the mana base a little bit because we'll have a little bit more requirement for early swamp. No, the mana should still be fine for a couple early Go for the Throats. I think so, at least. Now I'm second guessing though. Maybe like dropping a Bivouac and going up an extra swamp instead? No, probably not. Because at that point, it's probably going to be, well, yeah, it will be majority swamps at that point, but we still need early red for Charming Scoundrel, which helps us mana fix too. And the Celestus is helping us mana fix as well, and like Mirrex and everything. I don't know. If I go up a couple Go for the Throats, I don't think we necessarily have to change up the mana base, but we might, so that's something to look into as well whenever I do put this up on Aether Hub. Like an extra Sulfurous Springs, for example, might not be the worst idea, and dropping the Restless Bivouac, because now we need less white sources in the mid-game. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah, so always keep an eye on that, guys. Whenever the deck is super inconsistent, I do like to change it just a little bit whenever I do drop it on Aether Hub, just in case somebody wants to try it out, but actually have a little bit more consistency, right? So, all right, wow, 56 minutes into the video. Guys, hey, you made it this far in. Y'all are champions for real. I super duper appreciate you, even though we got absolutely obliterated by the opponents today. I hope you guys still had fun regardless. I know I still had fun giving it a shot. The opponents gave us quite the puzzles. Quite the deadly labyrinth of traps to jump through, right? So, all right, guys, hey, thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.